It's day 11 of our European road trip, and today we're driving through the awe-inspiring Alpine mountain range as we leave behind southern Germany to discover the majestic sights of Austria. You'll get to see what it's really like to drive between Germany and Austria, what we got up to on our 11th day on the road, and we'll show you exactly how we leveled up our Tesla camping setup. But before we hit the open road, it's time to say goodbye to the German campsite that almost ruined our entire road trip. A place that taught us a very important lesson and made our decision to leave Germany for Austria much more difficult than we'd anticipated. That man Rob, he helped us, saved us. Welcome to day 10 of our Euro trip / honeymoon. And yesterday, as you might have seen, we got to see a totally different side to camping out here, and I think especially camping out in the Alps. If you don't know, we got hit with a massive storm. It probably only lasted about 10 minutes, but in those 10 minutes it was surreal. I genuinely did experience a fight or flight. So basically, if you haven't seen what was in the previous video, we had a beautiful day. It was really sunny, it was really warm, everything was fantastic, great views of the Alps, views of the lake brook, where we've been staying for the past 2 nights. And we decided to go paddleboarding, which was really fun. It actually worked out perfectly because some clouds rolled over, so it wasn't too hot, and we got out. We shared one paddleboard between the two of us. It was really good fun. We got a shot each trying to stand and on it. It was really good. It was great fun, and we were laughing because we could see the clouds gathering in the distance over the Alps. And you could then see the lightning, you could hear the thunder, and we were like, wow, what an experience this is, you know. We're paddleboarding in a lake at the Alps. There's a thunderstorm, there's lightning, like, this is just crazy. But we didn't know it could get crazier than that. No sooner the rain came on, I'd got the paddleboard back, that we ended up back in our tent, and the rain just got heavier and heavier. The wind started picking up. We had to take down our awning that we'd set up as well. So we took that down, and yeah, it just kept getting more and more intense. It was like Mother Nature was just turning the dial up and up and up. But long story short, the winds just were ferocious, and we got beat badly, and we were basically struggling to keep the tent up, to keep the air tent up. It got so bad at one point I thought, this whole tent is just gonna go, it's gonna go, and we're gonna be sent packing our bags back home, or we're gonna have to get another tent. There was one point where I had to shout at Rebecca, say go, 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 to go and jump into the car for safety. Yeah, it was really bad. The whole tent collapsed. The table, everything fell over the table. Everything was all over the place. We're lucky nothing was really broken apart from the table. There was a slight break in the table, but it's still usable. But we're really lucky. I was scrambling over everything to then get into the car myself. It was really quite bad, I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, there was many other people who were really worse off. Their tents were broken completely, totally obliterated. They had to pack up and leave. So yeah, we spent a good 4 hours probably actually cleaning everything up, cleaning all the water out, getting everything dry. So yeah, it's been quite a tiring day yesterday. As much fun as it was for the first half, the second half was pretty brutal. And I'm not gonna lie, I did not get a great sleep last night either. We wanted to get up early to break camp and move on. And I know I said yesterday that we're not looking to fight the weather in terms of our plans, but Sunday's looking like no matter where you go here in the Alps, whether it's in Italy, Austria or southern Germany. It looks like there's just going to be a deluge of water. It looks like there's 72 millimeters of water rainfall that's due to come on Sunday. So we're going to have to figure out what to do about that, because I think Rebecca's pretty shook up. I think she could quite happily probably call it quits now and go home, or at least keep trucking but maybe stay in like, you know, a hotel or Airbnb. But we're trying to enjoy the camping as well, and in all honesty as well, it's really expensive. You know, we don't have a lot of money at hand. This is a long trip. We still have sites we want to see, but yes, we're gonna have to have a tough discussion today and figure out what to do going forward. We were very, very lucky that a kind man called Rob and his partner, I don't know her name, they showed up and pitched up tent next to us when we were out in the lake. And as soon as the storm had been and I came out, he was there to help us, and he showed me basically what had gone wrong, because we're new to this and we'd never really set the tent up before. We'd overlooked the guy lines, or the guidelines as you call them. I don't know if it's guy or guide, but anyway, we overlooked these lines, and essentially, even though we pegged down the base of the tent and we had the air tent, it doesn't really have a proper secure structure without those guy lines. So he showed us exactly how to fix that, and going forward, every single time, that's what he said, no matter what the weather's like, if it's nice and still and calm like this, you know, beautiful sunshine, there's no wind, always set up your guidelines or your guidelines, always set those lines up, because you just never know, it can just happen like that, and that's what happened to us. So you've got to learn the hard way. We've learned the hard way. So yeah, I'm going to get back to the tent now. We're going to tear down everything. I think the firemen are still here. The firemen had to come yesterday. I don't know what had happened. I mean, you would have saw some clips there, or I'll put some clips up, the broken tents and gazebos and things that have been left at the bins here. So yeah, we're just going to enjoy last of the views of Lake Leckbrook and the views of the Alps, and we'll figure out what we're doing. I think we're going to go to Schloss Neuschwanstein Castle. I've probably butchered that name as well, and it looks amazing, so we're going to go there, get the spirits back up, you know, try and push past this, because it is what it is. Like, there's nothing you can do really, you just have to roll with the punches. So Rebecca's just reminded me, because I forgot after the crazy storm, when we were paddleboarding, there was a snake.
Well, I mean, you didn't. I got attacked by a snake.
Rebecca got attacked by the snake. It was a water snake.
I'm just sitting there with my feet in the water, and then next minute, a snake comes out from under me, and I was like, ah!
Did it try and bite you?
No.
No. But yeah, we had no idea there was snakes in the lake. You can tell we're just totally new to this. As we say goodbye to southern Germany and drive towards Austria, something unexpected happened. The closer we got to the alpine mountains we'd been admiring over the past 2 days, a surge of emotion came over me. I didn't expect to feel this way looking at some mountains in the distance, and it might have been a mixture of stress and lack of sleep from the previous day. But as the Alps stood firmly before us, the tears began to well up. But this was just a small taste of what was to come, because later in the day we'd find ourselves surrounded by the sheer beauty of the Austrian Alps in all of their glory. we arrived in Austria, we decided to test our fear of heights and stop off for a bit of an adventure at the impressive Highline 179. So, we've arrived at Highline 179. We went to Schloss Neuschwanstein Castle, however you say it, but we decided we got to see it from afar. We got some footage, which you'll have seen, but basically the deal is there you can't actually drive right to the castle. You have to park up at the base kind of village. You pay a flat fee of €12 to park. It does give you parking for the full day, so if you were in that area and you wanted to see everything in that area, which I think there's quite a lot to see, it's actually quite a good deal. €12, and then I think the bus to get up there was going to be €3.50, so not bad. But our problem really is time. We want to get to Innsbruck. We want to, not be there late. We don't want to be setting up late. We want to hopefully spend a couple of nights in Innsbruck. So yeah, we thought it just wasn't the right thing. So basically we were heading, and we still are heading to the Alpspix station. It's like a cable car. It should take us up the Mount Alpspix, I think that's how you call it, or Alpspite. But yeah, I've heard about this Highline 179 behind me, and I just thought we're literally on the way. We're on the way to a supercharger, and it's right here. So I think it's like €5 for parking, and he did say there apparently it's a 20-minute walk. Obviously we're trying to save our energy, or there's an elevator, a lift of some sort. Apparently there's 5 elevators, so 2 elevators, so we'll see. I don't even know what the view is like up there, but it looks cool. So yeah, we're gonna go check it out. How do you feel about going up Highline 179? How confident are you with heights? No?
No.
You think you can do it?
Guess I'm doing it.
You're doing it. Sometimes you just gotta jump, not like literally, but metaphorically.
See-through?
It is see-through.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
We got our tickets, so it seems you could actually park in here as well. What? Oh, in my in this pocket. So we got our tickets. I'm just being pickpocketed right now by a babushka, a Scottish lady. Yeah. Anyway, we got our tickets. So yeah, it was €5 for parking, and then if you want to go on the bridge, I think it's €10 per person. So we paid that, so for each, so €20 obviously, and then it's an extra €9 if you want to use the elevator, which everyone's queuing up for just now. It's basically just like a cable car type thing. I guess it is like an elevator. It just goes up the mountain. So yeah, all in all, €20 for the bridge, and then €18 each. €18 total for the elevator. So what, €38. So yeah, we'll see what it's like, whether it's good value or not. I mean, it's an experience. So yeah, that's what you can expect to pay. Just quickly as well, while I'm waiting here on Rebecca, I forgot to say we're in Austria. So excluding the UK, this marks our 5th European country that we visited. So yeah, we're in Austria now, which there didn't seem to be a sign when we went from Füssen over into Austria. I didn't see a sign. It wasn't until the internet on the phone went off and then came back on that I realised, oh okay, we must be in Austria. So yeah, supposedly we are in Austria now, and obviously because it's at the Alps right next to Germany, it just looks the same, but I'm sure once we get to Innsbruck we'll maybe see some slight differences. Be interesting. Obviously all this is new to us, so I was even asking Rebecca, I said, what language do they speak in Austria? Do they speak Austrian? Is there an Austrian language? Is there such a thing? But I'm not sure. We'll get to find out. We're poorly educated on that matter, so I think it's maybe a mixture of like German and French and things like that, just because of where they're located. So this is the waiting area for the cable car, or elevators they call it, and then that is the bridge, and those shadows that you can see is actually people walking on the bridge, so it looks like it's somewhat of like a bottomless bridge. And there's Rebecca now, she's came back. Truth be told, I'm not so bothered about heights. Obviously you'd be a bit crazy to be totally cool with heights, but we'll see how she gets on. Okay, so where are we? This is the level we're on. Okay, that's the bridge.
10-minute walk
the viewpoint.
Up there,
yeah.
and then across the bridge.
Okay.
And you can actually walk down.
Okay.
And round.
This is a 60-minute walk though. I think we'll take the lift. Save time.
Yeah.
So yeah, she made it. She made it up the cable car. And that's the first of two, but we're not doing the second one. So I think the second one takes you up to the very top of the mountain. I think there's another castle up there, and apparently you get beautiful views of the lakes. But it's going to be another €9 each. That's how they get you. You know, we're told €5 for parking. I'm like, cool, yeah, that sounds good. Then next minute you're €38 to get up here, and then another €9 each. So, I mean, I guess if we had the time, in all honesty, if we had time on our hands, we would just pay the €9 each. You know, you're here, you may as well do it. But we want to get to camp somewhat early as well. So we're gonna enjoy the view here in the bridge. So that is the top of the second cable car. Elevator. Can't really see a castle, but apparently there is a castle up there, and look at this. Look at these views. Unreal. Highly recommend it. We're off to see this castle now, and it is very steep. You probably can't tell how steep it is, but it is super steep. So we're just taking our time. So, and just see how steep it is. We're gonna haul ourselves up here. Here it is, the castle. Going on the bridge. Okay, you ready? It moves, it's always going to move. It's a bridge, it's meant to move. It's not that much.
Oh, I don't know. You're not doing it? No.
I was a little piece from the bridge.
Yeah.
And I said to Silvia, goodbye. After many people, the bridge is
Yes.
really very nice. Really.
Yeah, not nice.
De constructie. Ah, dit is die stalen ding. Is van dit hè?
Oh. It's very, very, very wobbly.
Oh, I don't like it.
Just keep going. You can do it. It's okay.
You want to keep going? I'll go back.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah.
Positive?
Is this swinging?
100%?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You did good, you did great. We're on the bridge. Amazing. Very wobbly. Zip line. Just missed someone going on it, but yeah, they're way down there. So, coming back on the bridge, Rebecca didn't quite make it. She did make it a wee bit, but and then I got to the other side and there's like a viewpoint, but they have the ticket gates there, and guess who had my ticket? So that's okay. I managed to get some good pictures and good footage, so I don't think Rebecca was up for coming back over to give me the ticket. I mean, I could always get the ticket from her now and head back, but it's not a big deal. So we will we'll head back down now. I just saw the zip line because I was wondering where the zip line was. So it's literally just right next to the bridge. People have obviously paid a wee bit extra to do the zip line down there, if you can see it. So that looks like fun. About 2 minutes of fun, if that, but that would be a blast. So yeah, we are going to probably get some lunch, get something to eat. We'll maybe do that when we're charging at the supercharger, and then we'll head to Innsbruck and try and figure out where we can go camping as well, and hopefully we get a spot, because I think it's going to still be busy. It was a public holiday in Germany today, but I don't think it is here in Austria, so hopefully we can get a camping spot. Maybe everyone's away now after the first 2 weeks of August, so we'll wait and see. I need to find Rebecca. That's me coming off the bridge, Highline 179. Highly recommend it. If you're afraid of heights, you know, give it a bash. It's a wee bit wobbly, but you're not going to fall off. It's pretty secure. I say pretty secure, it's really secure. So this is the zip line. We're just waiting to go down, but I just spotted it. Don't know how I didn't see it when we came in. Now he's ready, he's primed. Just going to push the button. No going back now. Oh, we are off. We've just disinfected our hands because we've just been touching so many rails, and we also touched the sword. We just met a nice family from Munich, is it? They said they were from, yeah. They also have a Tesla Model Y, so they were interested in where we were from, and so we just went out and had a wee chat with them, showed them the tent and things like that. So they already have a mattress, but they don't have a tent, so maybe it will convince them to do it. But yeah, we're off to Supercharge, get some food, and then we'll go to Innsbruck. As our adventure at Highline 179 came to a close, we set off in search of what was without a doubt the most scenic and picturesque Tesla supercharger we've ever visited. You're about to see just how easy it is to travel across Europe in an EV, and where you'll find the best Austrian pretzels. Hands down, the coolest supercharging location we've ever been to. Check out that view. And over here as well. Absolutely amazing. What a sight. What a sight. Don't know if you can hear that noise, apart from the noise of the superchargers charging. There's another noise. Some nice bells coming from these cute guys. Alpine cows making alpine milk right next to the supercharger. I wish I could do this forever. This has honestly been the best trip of my entire life. I'll never forget it. What a honeymoon. What a honeymoon. And there's the wife. Hello, wifey.
Hello.
Believe it or not, we just got our first ever pretzel, and it's they'll probably kill us for saying this, but we got it from a Spar. Rebecca's just taking a bite. Good? Yeah?
Bread.
Bread? Is it like salty? Yeah? Nice.
This be good with hummus.
Be good with hummus. Well, there you go. That's lunch sorted. And as we set off towards the Austrian city of Innsbruck, we were not prepared for the breathtaking views we'd soon be surrounded by. And from here on, we kept asking ourselves, how can it get any better than this? But somehow it continued to exceed all of our expectations. As unlucky as we had been in day 10, fortunately for us, day 11 turned the tide in our favour, as we were lucky enough to find one of the nicest campsites we'd been to so far, and somehow made it in time to take one of the last camping spots. And after learning the hard way on day 10 that we really had no idea how to set up our tent, it was time to put our new skills to the test and see just how our Tesla car tent should have looked all along. Once the tent is inflated, we peg down the base, but then we move on to the most important step, the very thing we'd neglected to do until now. We're in Austria.
Keep your voice.
We have to be quiet because I've been warned by Rebecca. She gets embarrassed when I talk to the camera.
It's not that. It's I don't like you disturbing other people.
Okay, she's mixing up, but okay. We're in Austria. We found a campsite. It's awesome. It is in Innsbruck South, and we're just doing the things that we should have done initially that Rob taught us about, that we only learned after the storm. Is it the guidelines? The
Guidelines?
You googled it. What did it say?
Guidelines?
Guidelines. So we're doing the guidelines. That's these guys. Okay. This is going to provide structure for the tent. Figured out how to use these things that basically apply tension. They're adjustable. You can apply tension. So we're just going to whack them down. This is what's really going to hold the tent together. The base ones just kind of keep it in place, but if the wind came, it could just collapse. So this is going to provide the structure. Just gonna whack all of them in just now, and I don't actually know exactly what I'm doing right now, so I think this is what you do. I think you hammer them all in and then you apply tension to make it tight and strong. So that's what we're gonna do. Maybe do we do opposite, do you think? Opposite way? So we do that in this. Is the tent like
Nice shot of the crack.
Eh?
Nice shot of the crack. He's got a bit of a dad bod since he came on holiday. And a t-shirt tan.
You're so nasty. Okay. And also, as you've probably seen, which Rob taught us,
Don't come too close.
always angle them away from the tent. So you want to put the pegs in at an angle wherever the tent is, and you want the hook side to be facing away from the tent. So now that this is in place, all we're going to do is we're going to grab onto the long side of the rope, and then we're going to grab onto this toggle, and we're just going to pull. And you can see it's really tight. Really tight. We're just going to do the same all around. Watch your feet.
Oh, you missed one.
Yeah?
You missed one.
Think about it. Someone who hasn't been in camp like us could potentially watch this and learn from our mistakes, be in a storm and actually have a tent that doesn't collapse. Like, we're doing good, you know? We're saving lives.
No, you have to do the accent.
Saving their lives. Our freedom. Okay, so hold on to the long bit, pull. Let's see
You missed
the wind.
this one.
Yeah, let's see the wind try and take it right now. That's tight.
Okay.
Looks like a mess, but it's not. Toiletries,
Organised chaos.
tools, picnic stuff, which includes cutlery, utensils, glasses, bowls, all that stuff. Behind the fridge we have food, so like dry goods, Then we have fridge, extra kitchen roll, water, we have supplements, we have washing up bag, like shower bag, our 2 backpacks with our clothes, the Jackery solar panel, which we haven't even used yet and probably aren't going to use. It would be better off in Scotland if you're wild camping. Our table, of course, damaged by the storm. We Pringles and snacks. Obviously these things are really good. We got offered these at House Bar in Berlin. They were amazing, so we bought some. Then over here in the tent, it has like little pockets, so we have like toothbrush, toothpaste stuff, cleaning teeth stuff, hair stuff, contact lenses, portable mirror for doing your lenses. Over here we have like phones, mobile phones, sunglasses, kitchen roll, bin bag, anti-back wipes, and we can put baby wipes in there. And yeah, that's basically it. We've set up the awning. This is the first time we've had this too wide. First time that we've had this side window open, because we've only had the back open with the awning. And this is the first time we've actually opened this window and put the awning up as well. So I think we've done a fairly decent job. So yeah, we have a couple of things to sort, but this is not van life. I was going to say van life, but this is car camping life, I guess. Yeah, it works. We'll see. We can always change it up as we go. We finally got the awning on over the car this time, using the poles. And like I said, we're using the little side awning here. It's been pretty windy so far, not like yesterday, but everything's holding up quite well with the guidelines. We're right next to the power, which we're not using yet, but maybe we'll use it. I don't even know if we'll need it. All the washing still drying. It's fairly dry, but still drying a wee bit from yesterday. Obviously you know about that mess. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think we're getting slightly better at this. Wee shot from over here. And then tonight we'll just close up this bit here. We can sit chairs out here if we want to sit. We're pretty well shaded here because of the big trees from the sun. So it's actually quite a good spot. It's been like 30 degrees Celsius. And then here we'll have like a nice wee window. We're just looking out to the woods here. So it'll be a bit of a different location, a bit of a different setup in the woods. We've yet to decide whether we are staying here 1 night or 2 nights. We need to have a look at the options later on. We did spend a good bit of time. We didn't rush setting up. It was actually quite enjoyable. Now we know what we're doing. So we'll figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. We're pretty hungry. It's a public holiday here. So we're just heading off to, I think they have a restaurant. They have a restaurant, like they also have like a takeaway, like snack thing. And they also have a little shop as well that the shop shuts in. So I think we'll go to the shop first, see what they're selling, see what we can get there. If we can't get anything, or if we do get something, we'll also check out the restaurant and the little takeaway bit and see what food they're offering. If you haven't worked out already, you probably have. From the kind of stuff we've been eating. We are both vegan or plant-based. No judgment on anybody who isn't. I'm not one of those folks who thinks that everybody should be vegan. I think you should be able to decide what you want to put in your body. It's just a personal decision on our part. We haven't always eaten this way. We may not always eat this way, but that's how we eat just now. So it certainly does limit us in terms of what we can eat. But to be honest with you, so far, especially in Germany, It's been super easy, like so easy. Like everywhere we've went, basically there's been some sort of option. Even like the places where I thought there wouldn't be, like when we were camping at Naumburg, it was like proper, like they were cooking, you know, like schnitzel, and everything just looked like meat everywhere that they were cooking. And after a bit of like sort of translating, you know, he figured out, oh okay, we're vegan, and he actually made like a really nice like little like vegetable burger and salad and chips, and it was like so good. It was really good. It was one of the best meals we've actually had at the campsites. Probably the best actually that we've had from a campsite, because I think that's the only campsite we've ate at from there, from the campsites, apart from Berlin obviously. But obviously you're spoiled for choice there, like there's so much stuff. But yeah, we'll see what they've got to offer here. And we can always work something out. We've got plenty of like snacks and things like that. We just weren't prepared. We didn't know about this public holiday. We were told that it was in Germany, but apparently it's in Austria and it's not in Germany. And obviously we're in Austria now, so yeah, we won't starve, but we'll be able to pick stuff up tomorrow, and we can use the stove again, which I'm surprised that it still actually works, considering that the first stove that we ordered came from Amazon, and there was like a wee hole in the box. When we opened it up, it was all broken, shattered. And last night when the tent collapsed and we'd had the stove all set up on the table ready to cook our dinner, and the tent collapsed and the table went and the stove went and everything went, and we're like scrambling to get in the boot, I just thought straight away, that stove is done, it's wrecked. And it works. So it didn't make it with Amazon, but the storm couldn't break it. So the one we've got, it's obviously pretty stable. So yeah, we're gonna go get some food now and see what this place is all about. That is the view from our campsite, not from our pitch obviously, because we're in the woods, which is fine. We're just glad to have a space for the night. That is the view the people who are camping here get to enjoy. Unreal. The Alps are insanely beautiful. Just can't, probably what you're seeing right now does not do it justice. Like, look at that. I just went in, they've got a wee shop. A lot of the campsites do have like wee little shops. Wee shops, we would say in Scotland. It's selling all sorts. It's actually one of the best, I think the best camping shop that I've seen so far. You can get like juice, snacks, frozen goods, ice cream, tools as well. They even have like cable ties and hammers and plugs, socket, like plugs, adapters, like the whole shoot and caboodle. So yeah, there's actually like there's not lots of options in there for food for us, but worst case scenario, there is actually something that we can have. So Rebecca's just using the loo. As you can see, it's pretty fancy. I'll just show you. So this is just outside. The shop is just down to the right. Toilets are just round here in the bottom. Showers are up there. There's some sort of activities going on over here with lots of kids and stuff like that. So I think it's just like a little disco or something like that. There's actually also I noticed like these kind of off-road Segway things just outside the shop there. So I wonder if you can actually rent those. That would be quite fun, because we did try to rent electric bicycle at the other campsite previously, but they only had like the ones with the kids in front, like we were discussing in the video before. So yeah, that would be cool. I'm really jealous to see a lot of people on, as I call them, scoots. It's like a little, you know, like the little electric scooters. A lot of people like bring their own, and I really want one, especially for like campsites here. Like some of the roads are like quite smooth. It's just like perfect place to ride about on them. I did hire one. Like you can just use an app to hire ones in Berlin, because I did that before in Tenerife and it was really good in Tenerife. I did it in Berlin just for a wee bit, just to really like tick it off the list, you know, scratch that itch, but it wasn't so good. It really was not so good. I've got little kids photoballing me here, but yeah, it wasn't so good, just not because of the scooter, but just because of the terrain. It was quite bumpy, and not to say there's not smooth roads in Berlin, there certainly is, but just where we were, there weren't. So these campsites are like perfect for it. So maybe in the future I'll bite the bullet and get one, but anytime I see someone on one, I'm like, oh, I want a shot. Now you know what it's really like to drive from Germany to Austria, but how can you follow our story from the very beginning? We've documented every single day of our European car camping road trip, so you can experience all of the highs and lows without having to risk it all yourself. Click here to watch day 1 of our adventure, where we drive 10 hours in a single day as we attempt to reach our first campsite before nightfall. As always, thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one.